Theories of Relativity, Chapter 22. Land stretches out from the bus window in gentle swells. Earlier in the day, the wind changed direction from north to south, melting the snow to reveal brown patches of plowed fields. The highway is deserted. The bus is deserted. I'm exhausted, but my brain won't stop spinning. Murdoch, my father, Granddad, dying, Jenna, and me. What am I going back to? Absolutely nothing. In the gloom of late afternoon, we come into the city, past apartments, townhouses, and streets of identically built box-like houses. Through lighted windows, I catch glimpses of ordinary people. A table set for dinner, the flicker of a television. At least it's what I think ordinary is. It's nearly dark when I step off the bus. The streets are rain-slick and quiet. People from the bus hurry away to family, to friends, to people who care. I'm alone. 3 days ago, I thought everything would be different. There's only one place I can think to go, the donut shop, the nearest thing to a home I have now. I jump over a pile of slush at the curb, remember the white blanket over the farm, and trudge the 3 blocks to Mandy's. It's full of people, like me, losers with nowhere else to go on the day after Christmas. 3 goth chicks cluster around a table in the middle of the room, a black blemish against the garish red and yellow of the shop's walls. They laugh and exhale blue smoke into the air, despite the no smoking signs. Lurch holds court with the 4 bandana kids in the far corner, no doubt impressing them with his saddest of the bad routine. I debate leaving to avoid trouble, but I'm too tired. Besides, trouble will find me no matter where I go. The garbage man sits in a booth at the back, eyes darting fearfully between Lurch and the door. The swear lady, swaddled in clothing, sits beside her cart, muttering nonstop. The waitress leans sleepily on the counter, brown visor askew. Ainsley is in a booth with Amber, coffee cups between them. She's leaning forward, speaking earnestly, and Amber shrinks against the vinyl backrest, looking uncomfortable. A quick scan of the room turns up no Jenna and no Twitch. I'm at the top of page 210. I thread my way between tables to Ainsley's booth. She stops talking and leans back. Amber greets me happily. Hi, Dylan. How's it going? She doesn't wait for an answer, but manipulates her bulk out of the booth, taking the opportunity to escape Ainsley. When she stands, I'm amazed to see how huge her stomach is. Thanks for the coffee, Ainsley, she says, and wanders over to Lurch. Coffee? Oh, did I interrupt something? I ask. Coffee, Ainsley says disgustedly. She should be drinking milk. She smiles at me wearily. I was trying to convince her to see the street nurse. She's not had a prenatal care at all. And look at her, she gestures towards Amber, skin and bones. I raise my eyebrows. She looks pretty big to me. That's just the baby, Ainsley explains. She's malnourished, which means the baby isn't getting the proper nutrition either. Vulture cut her loose. She's got no money for food. Who's Vulture? Ainsley asks. Oh, that's the name for Brendan, I say sheepishly. Vulture. Ainsley smiles into her coffee cup. Can I get you something to drink, Dylan? I'm good. I am thirsty, but I don't want to be obligated. How did your trip go? I raise my eyebrows. You playing social worker? I ask. First with Amber and now me? Don't be a jerk, she says, but there's no anger in her voice. Glenn told me that you were going to see your grandfather. I don't like Glenn spreading my business around. What else has he told her? I slide into the booth. My grandfather's dying from lung cancer. My father's an asshole. The farm's trashed. Murdoch's waist deep in snow. You know how it is. I'm sorry, Ainsley says. I shrug. What happened to your face? Christmas gift from my father. Oh, so what are you going to do next? She asks. My mouth drops open in astonishment. It's not like I have a ton of options. I know, Ainsley continues. Life just dumped on you again. You can wallow around in that some, but you can't change it. It's history. So it's time to look ahead. What are you going to do now? What can I do? I don't believe her. I don't start with something small like tonight. You need a place to sleep? I can arrange something for you at a shelter. And then you can... I don't want to hear this. Where's... I want to say Jenna, but instead ask, where's Twitch? Ainsley stirs her coffee. In the hospital. He's sick with pneumonia and hepatitis. They're not sure if he's going to pull through. She lets me digest that, then goes on. If he does pull through, he'll be a long time getting better. Then he'll go into rehab, and then he'll be right back out here on the streets, starting all over again. He doesn't have a hope in hell. He's illiterate. He'll start dealing again, using. It's a vicious circle. He'll never break free of it. But you did, I say. With help, she says. There's still a chance for you, Dylan. But you don't have to do it yourself. That's what I'm trying to offer you here, help. I'm not telling you what to do. You have to decide that for yourself. But I can suggest routes to take to make it easier. Before she can say any more, a car sweeps into the parking lot and screeches to a stop in front of the window. The passenger door opens and Jenna gets out. She strolls over to the driver's side, leans in the window a moment, then steps back as the car takes off with a squeal of wheels. I grab my pack. See you around, I say to Ainsley, but my eyes never leave Jenna. Dylan. Ainsley reaches out to stop me, but I'm halfway to the door. Jenna walks across the parking lot and stands beneath a light standard, head bent, looking at something in her hands. Anger surges through me as I push the door open and stride over to her. Hey! I yell. Startled, she turns, her hands going behind her back. What do you have there? I ask. I grab her arm and wrench it in front and pry her fingers open to find a folded wad of bills. Turning tricks. You're turning tricks. It's none of your business what I do, she says. You said you were going to meet me at the bus station. I waited. You didn't show. Something came up. She begins to go around me, but I grab her arm and force her back to me. I told you he'd have you on the streets, didn't I? Your precious Brendan. She pulls her arm free. I have food in my stomach and a bed. It's a job. You're a whore, I tell her. Look at you. Skirt up to your ass. You're a whore. Don't do this, Dylan, please. She puts a hand out to push me away, but I grab it and pin her to my body. Why don't you do me, whore? You're doing everyone else. Why not me? Let go, she screams. She places both hands on my chest and shoves. I stagger back and my arms fall away. She begins to cry. Why did you do that? Because you're out there fucking men for money. I hate that men touch her. Her hair, her lips, her breasts. She dashes away the tears. It's not like I've never done this before, she says. And there was no money involved then. He said it was for love. Love. Tears stream down her face. Who said? Brendan? Who? I don't get it. Her eyes suddenly widen with alarm. She puts her face next to mine and whispers urgently in my ear. Lurch is coming over here. Get out of here. Brendan knows that you asked me to go away with you. He's out to get you. How would he know that? I ask, though there's really only one answer. I had to tell him. You don't understand. Just leave before you get hurt. She steps away, pushes at me again, and with both hands, and laughs loudly. Ha! Come back when you're a grown man. She gaily waves the bills at Lurch, takes his arm, and pulls him back toward the donut shop. But his eyes lock with mine as he lets himself be led away. Leave, she told me. But where is there to go? There is an abandoned factory with the psychos in the shadows, or the men's shelter where the weirdos are out in plain view. It's going to be a long night. I dig Granddad's hat out of my pack and put it on my head and begin to walk. A cop car slows beside me, A window rolls down and a head sticks out. Then abruptly, the window closes. The lights flash on top and the siren wails as the car speeds away. Obviously more important events needing his attention than a street kid. Shit, I don't even matter to the cops. I have an unformed hope that Holy Rosary might be open, a sanctuary. I could camp out on a hard wooden pew, but I arrive to find a padlock securing the gate. I turn away and there they are, surrounding me. Lurch and the 4 bandana kids. I never even heard them come up. Without a word, Lurch steps forward and hits me in the stomach with a fist. Pain rips through my abdomen. My breath whooshes out as I double over. Another blow catches me on the back of the neck, and agony explodes in my head as I go down. Hard cement grazes my cheek, but that is the least of the pain. Boots catch me in the ribs. I hear a distinct crack. Fists plow into my kidneys, nose, and split my lips. Non-stop blows and kicks. I feel a tug at my arms, and I realize they are after my backpack. I begin to fight back with my fists, feet, arms, teeth, but there are too many of them. Voices shout, fade, and my pack is gone. There's no point in fighting anymore. I let myself sink into the blackness. They've taken my entire life. They've taken me.